Okay, so the next thing we need to talk about is essay structure. So you read on pages 173 to 174 in your textbook for tonight a little section on how a paragraph can be expanded into an essay. And I think that's a really helpful way to think about it. And the cool thing is that you already wrote an argumentative paragraph on your essay topic. So you basically have an outline of the structure of your essay. A paragraph is like an essay because the topic sentence in the paragraph becomes the introductory paragraph in the essay. And your essay will have a topic sentence of its own within that paragraph that's called a thesis statement. Your argumentative paragraph likely has several sentences, probably 3 or 4 sentences of evidence. And you can take each of those sentences and make it become a topic sentence for several paragraphs in the body of your essay. So if you have 3 sentences of evidence, you can have 3 body paragraphs in your essay. You use transition words throughout your paragraph, and you'll do the same thing throughout your essay. You'll use them within your paragraphs and also between your paragraphs. And then finally, your paragraph has a summary statement, and your essay will have a concluding paragraph. So that's how the paragraph structure is the same as the essay structure, and you've all been doing excellent with paragraph structure all semester. So here's my argumentative paragraph. I'm going to be writing about allergies. So I wrote, parents are overly scared of their kids dying from food allergies. It's true that allergies to foods can cause anaphylactic shock and death. However, food allergy deaths and food allergies themselves aren't as common as people think. The media overpublicizes tragic stories of kids who die from food allergies, sometimes without all the facts. And parents these days are pressured to be hyper-vigilant about their children's health and safety. It's important to carry an EpiPen if you have a severe food allergy. However, schools that ban peanuts are going overboard. So I can easily take this simple paragraph here and expand it into what's going to become an outline for my essay. So I'm going to make this screen a little bigger here. And what I'm going to do is take the topic sentence of my paragraph, parents are overly scared of their kids dying from food allergies. And that is actually going to become the thesis or the topic sentence for my entire essay. A good place for the thesis is the last sentence of the introductory paragraph of your essay. It doesn't have to go there, and we'll maybe talk about putting it some other places later, but for now, I'm going to type that same sentence. Well, I guess I can just copy and paste it onto my outline. We're going to leave this spot here where it says hook and transition blank, and next week we'll talk about engaging the reader with something exciting and funneling into that thesis statement. The next part of my essay is going to be me showing the opposing viewpoint. It's going to make me more credible, and it's going to make my argument more persuasive if I can acquiesce and concede to the opposing side and say I understand your feelings, and in some contexts they make sense. So I'm going to take this sentence here. It's true that allergies to foods can cause anaphylactic shock and death. And I'm going to make that be the topic sentence of this paragraph. I'd like to have another opposing viewpoint paragraph. The more you can show that you understand the audience, the better your argument is going to be. So I kind of looked through my original paragraph and I saw that down here I said it's important to carry an EpiPen if you have a severe food allergy. And that sounds like the opposing side. So I'm going to take that and make that be my second opposing paragraph. So now I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start expressing my own viewpoint. So the first sentence of evidence for my own viewpoint that I have in my paragraph is that food allergy deaths aren't as common as people think. And my second sentence here was, the media overpublicizes tragic stories of kids who die from food allergies, sometimes without all the facts. So that's going to become my next paragraph. And finally, I wrote, and parents these days are pressured to be hyper-vigilant about their children's health and safety. So that's going to become my third body paragraph, or third viewpoint paragraph. And finally, in my essay, I'll have an entire concluding paragraph. So my last sentence here was, it's important to carry an EpiPen if you have a severe food allergy. However, schools that ban peanuts are going overboard. So I'm going to copy and paste that. And I'm going to put that right here where it says restate thesis and main points. And later on, we'll talk about how you can refer back to your exciting introduction and give some kind of call to action in your concluding paragraph. So now I'm well on the way to writing my essay. All I have to do is come up with an engaging introduction, which we'll write together in class next week. I'll show you a little movie clip, an exciting movie clip, and then we'll talk about some strategies for drawing in readers. And you are now gathering sources. Not this Friday, but next Friday, you're going to turn in a list of 5 sources. So in addition to gathering them, you should start reading them. Maybe start doing some annotating, some highlighting, some underlining, or placing post-it notes at certain places in the sources where you see important quotes or statistics. And these topic sentences here are going to guide my research, because now I know I need to find articles or videos or websites that give examples of people who have gone into anaphylactic shock and died, and give examples of people who have been saved by carrying an EpiPen. So that's what I'll fill these 2 paragraphs with. And then I know I'll need to go on probably the Center for Disease Control website and look up statistics on deaths, and how many people die per year from a food allergy death versus in a car accident, or from heart disease, or from falling down the stairs. I know that I'll need to research some stories that the media overpublicized that later maybe more facts were found that kind of disproved the stories. And then I'm also going to take the angle that we just sort of live in this society today where kids aren't allowed to do anything. They can't be alone at home. They can't walk to the park by themselves or walk home from school by themselves because we're just afraid of everything. So I'll need to get quotations from parents, from credible sources, to fill that paragraph with. So you have this handout, this outline. All you need to do for next Tuesday's class, and you can either type this, I'll put the handout on Blackboard, or you can handwrite it. But that's transfer the sentences of your paragraph to the appropriate places on this outline, filling in the thesis, and then the topic sentence of each of the body paragraphs, and then this middle part on the conclusion. For now, let's say you only have to have 1 opposing viewpoint paragraph, but it's always better if you can have 2. The more you can show the opposing viewpoint, the more credible you're going to seem as an arguer, and the more people will listen to you. So we'll just require 1. You don't need to start filling in the evidence. There's going to be time for that in class next week, and we're going to practice some note-taking skills next week. So you really don't need to fill in that evidence yet. You might find as you're copying and pasting your sentences that they don't flow well, so feel free to do a little rewriting. Obviously I designed the activity, so I kind of knew what I was going for when I wrote this paragraph, so I didn't have to do that much rewriting. But you might find that a couple of your sentences don't make sense, so maybe you'll do a little bit of rewriting. So that's it, and I will see you on Tuesday.